Hello, what's up? I'm Brian here doing another video for you guys, and this time, instead of just talking about one news story, I'm going to combine multiple because there's a lot of stuff to talk about and I didn't want to separate them through multiple videos. But we're going to be talking about the new Kingdom card that is actually of interest. We're going to talk about some new 2022 rumors, and we're going to talk about some Transformers Cyberverse toys that got some images. Anyway, starting off with the Kingdom card, this is something from the Dinobot card. Now, if you guys don't know about these cards, usually they have a sticker, and once you unpeel the sticker, it reveals something of the future of that character or some sort of reference. These are called, I think, Golden Disc cards, and Golden Disc, if you guys didn't know, they told the past and the future because you had the two Golden Discs, and so they play around with that, but sometimes you would get a different card even though you get the same sticker over top. So even though you might get Dinobot, you might get his toy image, or now you might get this. This is some Dinomus character artwork, and apparently it seems like it's Dinobot reformatted from Unicron because the description for this character says that he is actually the herald of Unicron, which is interesting because usually that's what Galvatron is referred to, but maybe Unicron decided, hey, you know what, there's some Beast Wars characters that I want to get into and have on my army, so let's reformat Dinobot as Dinomus. I'm not sure if this has any implication to the show. And it's funny because recently I did get my Dinobot on the same day this got revealed. Apparently this came with the Galvatron figure in Kingdom. That doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to get the same card. Usually they're randomized. But it is interesting to see, and for the character itself, you could definitely see that it is Dinobot, but he's got this cannon, he's got some shoulder pylons, and then his head looks a little more like Cheetor for some reason. But it is interesting. I'm curious to see what goes on for the future of this character, if they'll make a toy of this. I guess we'll just have to wait and see. Anyways, moving right along, we also have some Transformers Cyberverse. This is called the Roll Charge Optimus Prime and Bumblebee. So again, Optimus Prime and Bumblebee get some gimmicky toy in the Cyberverse line. Honestly, they've gotten really boring. There's like so many different Optimus Primes and Bumblebees that pretty much do a different gimmick, but they're essentially the same toy. And I just don't really care too much, but it is interesting to note that these do come with armor pieces, and this one comes with a sword. It does have a light-up feature, and apparently it's got 10 different sound effects, so that's pretty cool. Here's the Optimus Prime, and it looks alright to me. You know, there's some interesting elements to it, especially in the torso. And then for the truck mode, I think that this is meant to be the Cybertronian truck mode, but I really wish there was some sort of covering on the front there, because yeah, that's definitely the crotch section of Optimus Prime. But up here, it's kind of interesting. Taking a look at Bumblebee, again, same thing, even though it's kind of weird that he's got the wheels on the side and his body's a little lumpy. I can see it underneath the armor. It's kind of weird. Again, he comes with a blade. I think the blade has something to do with the gimmick, but it's a simplified Bumblebee, no real leg articulation, and there's the car mode. You can see that the sword stores underneath here because you can see the hilt. At least they painted the rims, so that's a good thing. And then moving right along, we have 2022 rumors now. These are rumors, so take everything with a grain of salt. Even though some of the things that are listed here are kind of backed up by previous rumors, anyone can make any of these listings. It really doesn't matter. But it seems like a lot of people are thinking that this is true. And, you know, it could be. It very well could be. I'm not saying it's not. I'm just saying take everything with a grain of salt. It could be. It could not be. We'll just have to wait and see. Anyways, it's apparent that the Generations line coming up will be called Legacy and will feature different characters of different lines, not just from one thing. So with Kingdom, we had Beast Wars and G1. For the new Legacy lineup, it seems like we're getting G1, we're getting Beast Wars, and we're getting Transformers Prime characters added to the mix. So for the listings we've got here, we've got Deluxe Stunticons, so Breakdown, Dead End, Drag Strip, Wild Rider, of course, so it seems like we're going to get a new Menasor. That's backed up by a previous listing that said that we were going to get a large Motormaster, and it's also here. We also have Skids, which is due for a figure, and I thought that they were going to do it because Anytime we get a Masterpiece figure, it seems like we get a Generations version of that character. I mean, for the longest time, there was a Beast Wars Megatron that didn't have a Generations version, and now look at Kingdom. So Skids might come out. Also Tarantulas, which is kind of backed up by previous rumors because we heard that Tarantulas was going to be a last-minute addition. So him coming into the Legacy line does make sense. And we're also apparently in the first wave going to get Transformers Prime Arcee, and I'm excited for that because I love Transformers Prime personally. I know people have been really critical about the line nowadays, but I'm excited to see that, and I'm curious to see what else they do. Hopefully we get a large Insecticon. I would love to see that because we never did in Transformers Prime. No third-party company did that. Hopefully we get a better version of Arachnid. That's what I'd like to see. Voyager class, maybe Swoop. Now, this one I'm a little curious on because it seems like most of the Dinobots are coming into Studio Series 86. It's kind of weird that Swoop gets a Voyager. Now, some people say that, oh, it's thinner, it's shorter, or whatnot, but with the wingspan and the rest of the Dinobots being a leader class in the Studio Series 86 line, it just doesn't really make sense to me that he would be a Voyager, but it does say he's maybe going to be a Voyager in the lineup, or it's maybe going to be Swoop. So maybe there's a little more to it that we don't know. Anyways, for leader class, we're going to get a Kingdom Galvatron repack, much like how Optimus Prime got a repack. It's just to re-release the figure in the next lineup so that it could continue the release and fill in that wave. We're also apparently going to get Straxus, and that was mentioned previously because with the Galvatron mold, they want to remake it as Straxus, so I think that'd be pretty cool. And then apparently we're going to get Blitzwing, which does make sense. If we got Astro Train, I would love to see a Blitzwing in the leader class lineup. Commander class apparently is going to get Motormaster. Now, I was unsure how to feel about Motormaster being a Commander class figure, but it does actually kind of make sense when you think of it. If you look at some of the third-party versions of Motormaster, he is quite large compared to the rest of the Stunticons. And then not only that, maybe he comes with the add-on parts. So the Deluxe Stunticons don't come with the feet or the hands, but Motormaster does. Or maybe extends his limbs so that you can slap on the cars. I don't know. We're going to have to wait and see. Maybe he also comes with the large sword. That'd be pretty cool. But I'm curious to see a Commander class Motormaster. I'm hoping that for future combiners, they don't really do this too often, because that seems like it's going to be a really expensive combiner. For Studio Series, the classic Studio Series, so the live-action movie lineup, apparently they're going to add Core Class, so we could eventually get Frenzy, Mohawk, or other characters, but the first one we've got here is Ravage, which is kind of weird considering that we're already getting Ravage with Grindcore, but maybe this is going to be some transformable version of Ravage. I guess we'll just have to wait and see. But they are going... Oh, sorry. No. I just corrected myself in my head. This is going to be the Bumblebee movie version of Ravage. Yeah, okay. Sorry about that. Anyways, Deluxe class. We're going to get a Bumblebee movie version of Brawn, Ratchet, and Wheeljack. And they're going to go heavy on the Bumblebee movie characters. In fact, they even brought up in a rumor that they're going to try and bring us every character that was seen in that opening scene to kind of draw out the Studio Series lineup. So eventually, we're going to get Brawn, Ratchet, and Wheeljack. They said that the other live-action movie characters like Hatchet, Fallen, and whatnot would probably not be seen until 2023. We're also going to get a Voyager Soundwave, which we've talked about previously, and unknown size Arcee, it's probably going to be a Deluxe, and then also Shockwave, which is likely going to be a Voyager or maybe a small leader. We'll just have to wait and see, but I'm excited for a Shockwave. Studio Series 86, we're going to get Perceptor and Junkyard. Perceptor is a Deluxe, Junkyard is a Voyager. We already knew about these. Leader, Coronation Starscream, we already knew, but we also have Slugde and Snarl, which again is kind of confusing with Swoop, but I guess we'll just have to wait and see. But it is cool to see that we're going to get, hopefully, the rest of the Dinobots. So, what do you guys think? Please comment below, let me know. Please like, comment, share, subscribe, and all those fun doodads. And I will see you guys next time.